Hi guys, welcome back to On the Bar Pod.
Hey. Woo, woo, woo. Bow, bow, bow. We're back, bitches.
We're all here together.
Yes, finally. Literally, we have so many life updates, so much tea, so much drama, so much going on in the world and in our worlds. And come explore that with us in this episode.
Yeah, please do.
Who do we got back with us today?
Hi. Welcome back. It's Sierra. Nice to see y'all.
Right.
I'm really sleep deprived, so I'm so sorry.
Why are you sleep deprived?
Why am I sleep deprived? Because we're young, and because we're young, we went out as girls do. And I did have a shift at 7 a.m. and there was a time change where we lost an hour. So I fell asleep for a little bit, but one thing about me, I will not go to bed with my makeup on. So I woke myself back up to take my makeup off.
Have you seen that meme that's like, your boyfriend has gone missing and you spent the entire day with the police looking for him and they can't find him? You go home and you have to wait for their call. Are you doing your skincare routine? I feel like I know your answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like low-key the same way.
Yeah.
Because I saw like a I don't know, I was reading something and it says that like fucking like bugs and shit. Like
I just like
What?
Like bacteria?
Bacteria
Like the
grows
bacteria.
and shit. I don't know. Like
I just think
you're beautiful though.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
mean, bug? Where? On my face?
Yeah, it's like the bacteria is like
From
really.
the
It's like if
makeup?
you don't brush your teeth too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like
I just like I can't.
yeah, we will.
But I do want to know the science behind why I go to bed after like a long night out of drinking and having fun and I wake up and I'm like glowing. Like I feel like I always look better second day. Yeah.
I personally don't.
I love that for you though. You better glow. That glow might be something else though, girl. All right, yeah. Let's get
Depending
into
on what
it.
activities I got up
You know
to.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I woke up this morning. I said, "Wait, I'm not 21. I'm 22." I'm like, wait. I'm like, I'm old.
I feel it.
Literally,
I'm 50.
literally, I'm like, oh my god, back in my days.
Wait, so
When she was 12.
we should share what we got up to.
Wait, who else we got on the pod so we can reintroduce
Oh,
ourselves?
hi, I'm Cammie.
Wow.
I'm Sterling.
Hi, I'm Savannah.
Welcome back, Savannah. And we also got myself, Bella, on the pod. Okay, but continue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about what we did last night because we all went out. We haven't seen each other in a whole week.
Yeah.
I missed all of you, and so I'm so happy we were able to go out.
Yes.
Yes. We went
that
to
good girl, Caroline Herrera. Sorry. Girl, we walk into the bar and there's this, like, we walk past and this guy goes, "Oh my gosh." And then he goes, "What's that perfume?" And I was
crazy.
like, "Oh, like it's Good Girl by Caroline Herrera." And he was like, "It smells so," like he was like, "Can I sniff it again?" Like, and I was like,
Is this a straight man?
No.
he like,
Was
They
he
were.
gay?
They were.
he was giving
European.
Armenian.
Yeah.
I know an
like,
Armenian man when I see
They
one.
were not
Yeah.
giving like straight American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was giving like,
We're unsure.
I don't know if I can say
Type
this,
shit.
but you might have to, I was gonna say like fob, but like my friends say that because they
I
are
feel like
fob.
that's okay.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it means like fresh off the boat.
Oh,
like you're
I
like.
don't
I know that's. But my friend, my best friend from home is literally Armenian, and she'd be talking shit about them like that. So that's all I'm
that
saying.
sounds like my friends are black, so I can say.
I mean, it's also not just for Armenians. It's just like immigrants. But whatever, we can cut that out.
No, it was just funny.
That
Off
was
the
just
record.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But back to, he was like, we were walking into the club and he's like, "It smells so good. Can I?" And he was like, "Can I?" And she was like, "Do you want to sniff?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like,
Literally, I was like,
and we're like,
Not to mention, in front of us was this group of white ladies. We can,
what was
can we cut this
that?
out? Well, no, it was just like so like
Chaotic.
that's just something that like white girls do. Like
Yeah.
as somebody who went to PWI and partied with a lot of white girls, it's just it's what they do. They stand outside the club. "Oh my god, we've been in life forever. Oh, how are you guys doing tonight? Have you been here before? You haven't been here. I'm so excited. I don't know what to
Literally.
do. Like,
It's
and you're just like sitting. You're like,
it's crazy.
I've never ever had that interaction before.
Oh, I've had that interaction happen to me.
I've had that probably like every time I go out, even in the bathroom.
Yeah. And it's always like, oh, we don't need to be talking right now.
Yeah,
exactly. But you do have to do your civic duty as a woman to like participate in this
I
conversation.
guess like I have had like the drunk conversations with the drunk girls. But it was like something so uncomfortable about them being like, have you ever been here before?
Where did you guys go?
Maybe
8th and Rail.
Down the street.
Yes.
Fun.
Yes.
The music was so white though.
Yep.
Like they were playing
town, small town dive bar vibes. For
Yeah.
the New Year's
So
Eve
I
party.
Bella-
love a small town.
We met her girlfriend.
We met Bella's girlfriend. Yeah.
That's their spot.
Oh,
Eighth and Rail.
really?
Really?
Like every time, I don't know. They like went to 8th and Rail and came to my house one time. Like, randomly.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, they were there.
Yeah, we met Bella and her girlfriend. They were so
They're so cute.
They're
so
cute.
happy for her.
Right.
No, she's like so happy.
Literally.
For context, Bella is one of our friends who also works with us. Not to be confused with me, but Bella is one of our friends that works with us, and she just started dating this girl, and they are adorable.
They're so cute.
So adorable. And Bella deserves all. Shout out to Bella. We love
Shout
you.
out, Bella.
We love you. And she deserves
Isabel.
all the love in the world. And she's so happy. And she's so happy with this girl. And we saw her last night, and she was like living it up in this little dive bar in Newhall, and it was so cute.
I think it is kind of a unique juxtaposition for the place that we live, where it is a small town, but it's so close to a major city and we have an art school that at the local small town bar, there are the like weird microaggression like white people, but then also like not a lot of diversity, but like more diversity than you might
Than
think.
you would think,
You know?
in a town such as this one.
Yeah.
It's like subtle.
I feel like it's because it's in California. Like the other town, I feel like it's like maybe a California specific thing.
For
I
sure.
don't know.
And I did have to wait like 20 minutes for a gin and tonic.
that
Yeah.
was 20?
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She took our AMF order quick.
I
I introduced
keep
Savannah
forgetting.
to an AMF last night.
I keep calling it an ABC. I'm like,
An
AMF.
AMF is
Adios, motherfucker.
Adios,
right.
motherfucker.
And I said,
No.
bye.
Yeah. That was my go-to drink when I was in college.
Why is it blue? Like, that's so scary to me.
Why is it blue? I feel like it's like the same thing as like jungle juice. Like,
I think
why
it
is
was, like,
jungle
the
juice
Curacao.
bright? Yeah, it is Curacao.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they put a bunch of like candy and
Like grenadine.
Okay.
type
Yeah,
shit.
it's something
Yeah.
to.
So did
I
it
think
taste
it's something to trick your brain.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was a really good AMF. Most AMFs taste like straight liquor. 'cause
Yeah, that was
three different
good.
types
I
of
think she
liquor
put
in there.
pineapple in
I was
there.
drinking that.
But
nice.
I think they make it blue so that drunk people are like, ooh, juice, and then you're like, ugh. and
Uh,
we already bought it, you know.
But then after we hit up the bar, we went to a little house party at Cammie's house.
Yeah.
And it was so cute, and it was like a little like fundraiser for Halo.
No, it was just a shoot, just a party for them.
Oh, just really?
Yeah.
Aw.
I love their set. It was like really good music.
They're so
Yeah.
good at what they
So
do.
good.
Shout out to Halo. Halo is so good at what they do, and
My
they are
boys are
all
so
so talented.
Yeah. He had like a bass in there. Like
Yes.
Yes.
that was I've never seen that before.
What's his name? Oh my
Rory.
god, Rory. Is he like a part of it now?
No, they just will like collab with other artists and bring them on to sets. Like we've done saxophones a couple times.
Oh, should have Alex
and-
Taylor.
Yeah. Right.
We should have them on.
Let's
We should
gotta-
have them
I
on
would
one episode.
love to
gotta
have
name
them on.
drop.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd be
That
fun.
would
They
be
would be
so
so
fun.
fun.
That would be so fun.
We should add like little like bar stools behind us,
Yeah.
and like we could like have like us behind like on this side, or like have like the guys over here, so that like we could have like a little like interview kind of thing.
Someone's gonna have to sit on someone's lap. We're already so tight.
They're little too, so they can sit on all.
L-O-L.
They can sit on
I'm dead.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
But it was so cute and so fun. And the setup, like you guys like blocking off the living room, I was like, that's smart.
That was all Dakota
Yeah.
for real.
Dakota said, I'm
Also, that
tired.
sign, that sign
smart.
that before you walk in that said like you are being recorded.
You on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I did not see that. Girl, me and you.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
you.
I was having a great
Me
time.
and Savannah had such a night, and I'm
Literally.
trying to think about what the night actually was, and I just know it wasn't how I perceived it.
I know,
The
right? I'm
slightest.
like, I also wasn't wearing my glasses or contacts. I was like, I literally said to Bella, I was like, I've seen enough.
That's
Okay?
a lovely
I
way to
just,
go
yeah.
out.
you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't need to see shit in focus right now.
I was
So-
definitely not on
I
your level,
don't,
but
like-
I was feeding off of your energy.
Oh,
You guys were
period.
great.
Oh,
It was
I
like,
love
yeah.
it. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But I just realized that sign wasn't to tell people, hey, don't steal shit. It was, hey, we're recording. We're
recording
going to
it.
Yeah.
post this.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Because I
Yeah.
saw that and I was
Oh.
like, what happened? What's the tea there? Did they like, because you think about it, like you do have a lot of people coming into like a home, right?
Yeah.
So I'm honestly glad that you haven't had that experience.
Yeah,
yet.
let me knock on wood.
Yeah.
But for real though, we really have not really had anybody steal anything from the house.
That's
I think
good.
that's
In all
lovely,
the
though.
parties and all the years of us living there. Yeah.
The Post-it notes.
Shout out to the CalArts kids.
Yeah.
Because
Good vibes.
those would be the kids that would steal something.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah.
would.
Respectfully.
Yes, they would. Disrespectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Do people leave stuff there a lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we just kind of like, if no one claims it, then someone will get it.
Yeah. People have, like
Lost
left
their-
their people have like left their keys and like they would leave their keys and I'm like,
Yeah.
How'd you get home?
that's what I'm saying. Well, Uber. But I'm like, babe, like how are you gonna get into
Dang.
your
How'd you get into
Can
your
you
home?
drive the drive? Huh, drive. Huh.
Draw.
Right.
Remember your 420 party?
Yes.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah. That shit.
I wish I went to that party, guys. I'm sad.
I like forget you weren't there. That shit
Do
was
you wanna know
like.
what's crazy? Do you want to know where I was?
Where were you?
Something with
The
a man.
silence is crazy.
Something with a man.
I was with a man.
Amen. I was
Which
a-
one? You don't have to say his
We can
name.
bleep it. I was with.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Wow, those are the same timelines.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy party though. Like that was like I felt so bad because that was like the first like big party we had and like Nova was like
Oh.
hyperventilate like I'm not even
At a certain point, I was also hyperventilating.
yeah, like the three of us, like when it like it got to the point where it was like, okay, there's a because I remember like I was like, guys, like what if we had a 420 party? And then I told one of my roommates, and then she like invited the whole fucking school. I was like, girl, we have a. I said this is an apartment on the 4th floor. Like
with
you know,
with a guard and shit, you know?
yeah, like I was like, oh, like I meant like put on a movie type shit. Like we're all 420, like chill.
Over at that night,
No, that
we
was a
also
house
watched a whole
party.
bunch of Bleep This Out. And
Oh,
that was
fuck.
so fun.
I still watch him. Bleep that
Okay,
out.
wait. We have to set the scene though. It was a packed house party. Everyone is smoking. Like the inside is a hot box.
Yeah.
The outside is you can't escape
And
it.
we had edibles.
And so I
We were
was
celebrating, or they were celebrating 420.
I was overstimulated. I know a lot of us were. And then so Sierra, Sav, and I are sitting in Sav's room in the overstimulated corner where we're just like it's quiet and nice and the big light is on and we're playing with her cat Nova.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hear like a bang on the door.
Bang, bang.
And it's our friend Maddox being like, "Hey, Sav,
no.
the cops are
I
at the
don't wanna
door."
Wait, what was my I like forget.
You didn't believe it was disbelief.
Oh, was I like,
honestly.
no, you're fucking lying?
Yeah.
I was like, shut up. I was like, shut up, white man, calling me the fucking cop. Shut up. Like,
No, and they dead ass were. Well,
Yep.
not the police department, but your
security.
apartment's security.
Yeah.
They also just definitely just scared you. Like,
Yeah.
all they did was because
They played us like a fiddle.
They really did.
But it was funny because I think I forgot who I was talking to, but I told somebody like I think they're just lying.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know," and I was like, "I mean, everybody should leave like in case they aren't." But nobody calls the cops and says the cops are gonna be here in 20 minutes. You
right.
don't give
Like,
the
what do you
person
mean? What's the
time.
ETA?
Yeah. So the security.
What?
So the
let you know the cops will be here at.
Like, I thought they had the siren so they could be here in 5.
Yeah.
Right. So the
But-
security guard was saying that the entire place had to clear out in 20 minutes because they had called the cops and they were on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody, I want to say maybe like 30 plus people in your house are just frozen because we're all
We're like high all
high.
the fucking week. Yeah,
Yes.
we're all fucking blasted.
Yes.
That reminds
Like,
me of your house party at the beginning of the year.
And And so it felt like an hour, but it had to have been maybe like 10 minutes where everyone in the house is just silent and just standing there.
Literally music off, TV off. Shout out Kendrick Lamar.
And then finally people get the courage to grab their stuff and slowly make their way out. And
They're like slowly walking.
Yes, slowly all walk out and funnel
At
out.
first it was like, okay, everybody hide the weed.
Yeah.
At first it was like, hide the weed. Everybody, the cops are gonna get here. It's fine.
Everyone's
and then
tripping
people
the
realized
fuck
we should
out.
just leave.
Yeah, we should just head out now.
That's like when your party got rolled.
Yeah.
And then to calm everyone down who did end up staying, you guys ended up watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And we had a nice time for the rest
Like
of
I
the
was like, I
weekend.
feel like a good amount of people still stayed.
Yeah.
But like, like 30 plus.
I mean, I think it was because a lot of them were like under 21.
Yeah,
that was the main
that's
thing.
honestly real. It's like, get out.
Because that's like
Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
it's because it
fine.
was all the freshmen and like sophomores who like don't know the people at the party, but like want to.
I remember
it was just like all of the sophomores because we were all sophomores. Like,
Yeah.
everybody was friends.
Oh shit, you guys were all sophomores.
Yeah, it was. Like, wait, like bleep
Not
her
I.
name, but like
I'm old.
I'm screaming. Like Brit invited like the whole fucking like
Theater department.
like I was like,
Fuck
girl.
theater kids.
Oh.
As a theater kid, fuck theater
As a
kids.
fellow theater kid.
As a fellow theater kid, fuck theater kids.
Talk about it.
We suck.
Oh,
What time did you guys get to the party last night?
like,
11:45, I think.
Yeah.
She would know.
I'm so
She
sorry
would
I
know.
missed y'all for
It's
real.
okay.
it's okay. There will be more parties.
Yeah.
We literally, I think we left at like 1.
Was it packed when you guys got there? Was it like full?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not like
Not
as
like-
packed as it's been.
Yeah.
Like
Not
you know what
like-
I'm
not like
saying,
that
but it
one
was like
party, but
it was like
I wasn't even
comfortable.
sure
Yeah.
if it was still happening because it was so quiet on the street.
I think Dakota was being really digital on like keeping the noise inside.
yeah.
It was
job,
great.
Dakota.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because like typically at their house, like you know there's a party happening because you can hear the music from outside. And we walked by and I was like, is
Yeah.
the party? I had like texted Dakota. I was like, is the party still happening? Nothing. Like didn't text me back. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then as we're walking up to the stairs to like get up to the house, I start to hear music and people talking and I'm like, oh, okay, like there's definitely something happening. And then I go and open the door and it's packed in the house. And I'm like, oh, okay, there is a party happening. But I was like, you cannot hear
the
the shit
girl
from
you
the...
got to do those drinks.
She's Lolly.
She's good.
She's a part of Halo.
She told me she DJ'd, and I was like, I'm so sad I missed your set. But she made me a drink, and it was fire. Hey, girl, your drink was fire.
The jungle juice, or the green jungle juice she made.
Yeah,
Loved
that
that.
it was like a cucumber fresh.
Oh, you were enjoying that drink.
I
Yeah.
was. Half of
You
it went
spilled
down
it right
my
when. Yep, you spilled it right when she
No.
gave it to you.
and then somebody else bumped into me later at a later point, and more of it.
Oh, I
spilled.
love it.
Honestly,
when that
though,
happens.
probably for the best.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
no.
I was helping Sat finish her AMF.
I know. Yeah, I had to pour my fucking ABCs into there. 'cause,
ABC!
Like, I really like. I was like Sierra.
Did you walk out the bar? Did you walk out 8th and Rail with it?
No, but at 8th and so like here's the thing, like I'm mentally ill, so I'm on like medication, right? So like I'm on like a higher dose now, so I'm like a lightweight. But also
I've
there's a lot of
experienced that, too.
alcohol in that.
No, yeah.
But
It was the combination.
Yeah, combination. But like, yeah, so I was just like really having a great time and I couldn't see type shit. Like Bella was like guiding me. Like
I felt like I was guiding my mom.
Wait,
literally.
can I
like,
give you a formal definition of what is in an AMF?
Yes.
It's vodka, rum, tequila, gin, blue curacao, a sweet and sour type thing, and Sprite or
Okay, so
Sweet
like
and
that's
sour
why.
type
Okay,
thing.
there's
tequila and gin. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Those are my 3 top worst hangovers.
Yeah.
Vodka, rum, tequila.
I don't know. I feel like everything I've ever been told about drinking is don't mix alcohols, especially
Yeah.
not hard alcohol. So it's kind of crazy. There's a drink that like
Why do you think it's called an adios?
Yeah,
motherfucker?
adios. I mean, it may, yeah, like
Adios.
that's nice though, because it's like I feel like I was just good on one drink and I didn't even finish it.
That's why I drink them when I'm poor.
Yeah.
I'm in broke mode right now because I only have to buy one drink.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Economics.
chilling.
I love that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm understanding.
Yeah, that's the only
Do
reason
you
why I do
think
it.
we'll make those
Right.
when we go to
I think for
Brazil?
myself, I
blue curacao.
My perfect.
That's Brazilian. Yeah. Sorry.
My perfect balance for going out is gin and tonic, and then get slightly crossed. Slightly
Talk
crossed.
about it.
Right.
Talk about it. Talk about
Right.
it.
Because if you get too crossed, then it's not good.
Then
It's
it's
not
not
fun.
fun.
Yep.
You have to ride the line, and I'm learning how to do that.
Yep.
And
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And then you don't feel as hungover the next day
Yep.
because you really didn't ingest that much alcohol.
she's like, this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
I've been saying that.
I don't
That's
like
my
to
life.
just be high at a party.
No.
If I'm just
Anxious.
high, then I
That's how you
want to
get-
be
I
at
get
home.
overstimulated,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Eating, watching
Right.
something.
Right. Yeah. Like, give me a little bit of high and a little bit of.
Also, because like if I get too high, then I'm tired. And if I get too
Right.
drunk, then I'm tired.
Yep.
When I'm crossed, it's the perfect balance.
Right. Yeah.
You know what's my ideal? This is bad. My ideal is a gin and tonic with some weed and microdose on shrooms.
Ooh.
I haven't tried that
I
yet.
haven't done shrooms in public.
Microdose shroom is my ideal situation.
Ooh.
My ideal. 'cause
Wait,
I'm
we should
really
shroom
not
together.
gonna
I can't believe we
should.
haven't.
We should do it on the pod. Let's do it as an episode.
Would you
I'll
shroom?
baby-
We would
No.
have to be
No.
outside.
I'll babysit.
Like
Yeah.
if we started trimming
That's
in
so
this
true.
room, I
That's
would
so
do
true.
Yeah.
This room's too small.
I would babysit.
Went to
but
sitting in
I
my
would
friend's
not.
apartment, and I was like, the walls are closing in on me.
I've done shrooms once and I smoked too much weed. Like I smoked a lot of weed and I took shrooms, and I think my downfall was because I like hit like a dab and I hotboxed like a whole
Damn,
like
girl,
can't
and then
do
you decided.
dab,
no,
bro.
I know. Like I don't know.
Dab.
It was. I actually blame it on my sister and my stepbrother. So if you're watching, that's your fault because
Right.
you shouldn't have given a 17-year-old. I didn't know what that shit was. I didn't know how strong a dab was.
Minor.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They were like, "Oh, well, you're gonna do it in college anyway, so like do it with us first." And I'm like, "Okay, I get
like
that.
logic,
Like that's
sure.
yeah, right."
I feel like that was selfish. They wanted to experience
That
your
was
first.
selfish.
Well, then
moments.
the next day, my mom was like, "Savannah, did you do mushrooms last night?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Savannah, don't do that. Like, that's not like she's just
Don't do it.
don't do that." She was like, "One
Don't
time I
do
took
it.
speed and I couldn't even do." I was like, "Okay, mom."
I love that. I love that's how your mom approaches parenting.
Yeah, like she's
I really admire that.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's just like, "Girl, I can't do it."
Coming from a mom who just like we couldn't talk about like sex and having you don't even think about having a boyfriend, don't talk about doing weed, none of that. Mind you, she's a pothead now. So
It's crazy how the tables turn.
it was just like being just
The irony is crazy.
Yeah,
Turntables
because it's
have
also
turned.
like the more you make it taboo, the more people want to do it.
Exactly.
Like if there's just open communication, then like
exactly.
People love to not communicate these
uh,
days.
Talk about it.
Oh, we could get on that too.
We'll get into that. On
communication. Sorry.
Communication.
But to your point though, like it makes you want to do it more, and then when you really get into some shit, you don't have anyone to talk to about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And,
That's why like kids want to drink so much because they can't.
Yep.
And that's like I honestly think we need
And-
to lower the drinking age.
Or just
low-key.
normalize it.
In
like,
that, yeah, in
European.
that regard, then you agree with like the European way, the way they approach drinking. Just like you're 12, like you're 10.
Well, like yeah, like at the dinner table, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you learn to like do it with your parents and like how to control yourself and shit, then like you're not gonna like you're less likely to go crazy when you're older.
True.
Like I had a friend from Sweden in high school. She just like she literally moved to America on a whim. Like her parents were like, "Let's move to America." They moved here, and we were like 13. This bitch had like already had sex. She was fucking smoking weed. She had already been to like every country in Europe. So she would just tell us how her parents were, and they were just very like, do whatever you want. Like it's so interesting how different it is over there, and like she's so close with her parents.
That's
I'm
wild.
like, damn, right? Like,
That is
Yeah.
wild.
yeah.
That is so wild.
I wonder what like my relationship with my kids will be with like alcohol and weed and stuff, because I grew up Mormon, so like that was super not acceptable at all. And like I enjoyed the way I grew up in terms of like not drinking and doing things until I was like 19 or 20. But I don't know, I don't want it to be a taboo subject, but I also don't think that like kids need to be drinking at 16.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the same. I didn't grow up like super Mormon, but I didn't do anything until I turned like 18. And I don't think I like when I was 16, 17, like I was like, oh, I wish I was, but more out of like just wanting to do it because like that's what I was told that I should be doing at that age.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to be doing that shit. You know?
I honestly think it should be like 18.
18.
But I think there should still be like 21 up clubs. I don't know.
Talk
I just
about that.
I just
Talk
feel
about
like
that. Okay, I respect that.
like
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're 18, like why can I buy a gun but I can't buy a drink?
No, that's real.
what I
No,
don't
that's
like.
real and
That's the
true.
logic that doesn't make sense to me. And like
And and then it's because it's not actually logical, and it's about capitalism,
Right.
and consumerism,
Right.
and our government being controlled by big corporations, and it's not actually based on logic.
right. It like used to be 18 also. Like when my mom was younger, it was 18. But
I
then
forgot
like
why they raised it.
they would like turn it. Yeah, I forget too. But my mom told me like when she was like 18, they made it 19, and then when she was 19, they made it 20, and then so she would have one day each year that she could go get a drink.
That's
so
crazy.
funny.
Right? I'm like, I'd be pissed.
In Canada, there are certain provinces in Canada where like it's really, really strange, but like I'm pretty sure they're like next door to each other, but like in Hamilton, I have to double check, but like in Hamilton, I'm pretty sure the legal drinking age is like 19, but then in Toronto, it's like 21. And they're like right next to each other.
That's so interesting.
And it's
Why
like
19?
it's crazy. And then like in another part of Canada, it's like 18, and then like in another part of Canada it's 20, and then in another part of Canada it's 21, and then it's 21, and then it's like 18, and then it's 9. Like it's very like wishy-washy in terms of like what provinces in Canada are like. There's no like universal like drinking age. It's like dependent on the provinces in Canada.
So interesting.
It's so crazy.
I love Canada.
Because
Crazy.
when my cousin got married in Canada, I was like so excited because like where they were having the wedding, I was of legal drinking age to like drink at the wedding, and I was like,
I like want to have alcohol at my wedding, but I know like all of my family is Mormon. Like,
well, you
I'm
could
like,
have
how is this
you could
gonna
have
go down?
mocktails too.
Yeah.
But like I feel like I don't know, like me drinking and me and my husband's
like,
family
you don't-
getting lit, and then my Mormon family.
like the respect.
Yeah, but also remember, like your wedding is your
Your
day.
day.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
so, as long as you're happy, like your family, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and you could also like, there's so many like holistic like ways to like feel like you get them the fucking Kinyu Forex. Shoot,
gonna be
hey
like, "Mother,
mom,
take a
try
shit."
this.
Take the
Yeah,
hoodie,
like
the
Honestly,
Here you
my
go.
mom would probably take a shot
Add a little-
at my wedding. Like
oh,
I feel like I could get
weddings
it
are
too.
such a celebration. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
your family would understand.
Opa!
I also I want to preface when I was saying I think like kids like if they drink with their parents, I mean like wine.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Beer.
mean don't
Not
take no damn
cocktails.
shot at my dinner table.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, I looked
Sorry,
up,
I just needed
I looked up why the legal drinking age was raised.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, it was something Reagan did.
oh, shot me with your ray gun, and now you want to trump me.
But essentially, it was something
that
like
again.
there's this one group called Moms Against Drunk Driving.
Mm-hmm.
They are part of the group that does like every 15 minutes. If you guys know what that is, it's a thing out here. It's
feels like Footloose
up.
up in this bitch.
but they like a lot of groups, but specifically that one were lobbying to raise the legal drinking age to prevent drunk driving amongst teenagers. And then Reagan signed something. What did he sign? Sorry, hold on. Let me look it up. He signed the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984, which threatened to withhold federal highway funding from states that didn't comply. And then they raised it to 21. They also did it to help prevent alcohol dependency and other substance use disorders that happen due to drinking too young.
That's so interesting. Remember I was telling you how I was literally telling Bella this the other day, but I'm from Boston, and Boston doesn't have happy hour. Like it's not allowed there because of the amount of car accidents that we would have during that time. Yeah, like it's been banned. I don't know if they've ever had it like since I've been alive. And they were gonna bring it back this year, but like all of the like there's a part of Boston called the North End, and it's where like all the Italian restaurants are, and all of the restaurants said that they didn't want it. But that's also because they didn't want to make a happy hour menu that was like actually affordable.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's shitty. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that Boston doesn't have it because of the amount of drunk drivers.
Yeah, I love a happy hour menu.
Right?
Give
Like
me
when
a
I
cheap
moved here, I was
Papa.
like, oh my gosh, yes, happy hour. And then I go visit home and it's like, you can't do that shit.
And it's hard because it's like obviously like we want to prevent drunk driving,
Right.
But it's just like
It's like, what if you just like don't drive drunk?
The approach.
there's other ways we could approach it.
It's so
Right.
funny. Like I had this type of thought when I was in Europe. Like I think it was a European talking to me. Somebody was talking to me about it, and they were talking about how like Americans, we view drinking like as this like all or nothing thing for a lot of different reasons. But like the two big ones is like our Puritan-based culture. So like
It always
drink-
comes back to the Puritan-based culture.
it
Every
does.
time.
I'm so sorry. It does. But like we view drinking as like obviously like a sinful thing. And so like when we do it, we're like kind of ashamed. So
We
kind of
also
just, like,
we view it as a
overdo it.
sinful thing, but then it's also like the only drug that we like ask why people don't do it.
yeah.
Like why don't you do like
Yeah.
Right.
And then, but another
Yeah.
thing too is like because we're so, on average, overworked and a little unhappy that we like tend to use like because like in Europe, for example, like people get drinks on their lunches, they get like drinks throughout the day because it's not like a taboo thing. Like they're like, yeah, I'm gonna have a glass of wine with my little cheese and whatever, like my little snack.
Changing
with my
crackers.
beans
Yeah.
on toast.
With my beans on
My
toast.
beans on
I'm
toast.
gonna have a beer with my beans on
Vibes.
toast. Like that's not a big deal. Whereas like here we're like, oh my god, you're drinking and it's before 5, like whatever. So then when it comes 5, we're like, I get to drink, and then you like might as well just drink as much as I can because I can't drink it any other time. Whereas like other cultures are like, who cares?
Yeah, we
It's a
don't get
drink.
that damn siesta. Yeah.
I want a siesta so bad.
Oh, I'd love a siesta.
Ugh.
Anyways, so media.
But yeah, crazy. But on to our next topic of debate. Or Cammie, did you want to talk about what you did last night?
I can talk about it.
Yeah, because I'm like, we all kind of talked about our drinking and whatnot, but I was like, we didn't talk about what Cammie did last night.
I went on a date.
Yes, she did.
Oh, get into it.
So what happened?
We just went to an arcade and then we went and got drinks afterwards, and it was really cutie. It was fun.
How was the arcade?
It was calm. It was calm. It was weird. It was like you pay once and then it's unlimited.
Oh, period.
Yeah, where was it at?
It was in Hollywood.
Slay.
I love
was
a
in Hollywood.
barcade. Was it a barcade or was it an
Just
arcade?
an arcade.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Straight an arcade.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I beat him in everything but one.
Oh,
game.
period.
Exactly.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
I
Do
would.
you, do you think that's an
love
ick
beating men.
though? Like if you like
Sometimes.
beat him at the game?
If it depended on the games we were playing.
Yeah.
Like I beat him in basketball and that was kind of an ick. But I beat him in air hockey and I was just happy.
Yeah.
You know, and then he beat me in like the racing car drives and I was like, you can have that.
Did you do like the
have it.
dancing ones?
We did.
Yeah.
That shit is hard.
It is.
So hard.
It is, and it's like, yeah, it's like not even fun, low key.
It's not.
workout
Right?
for real.
Like I'm sorry, I just have
Joey
to say
King, it's not cute.
Bye.
and
You're
it's-
joking. You're joking.
that was fake.
Guys, the
in
worst
movie.
date I've ever been on was at an arcade. So I love
Oh,
that
really?
you can have a
Why?
good
Why
time.
was it?
I mean, I think it was just him. So like,
Ah.
yeah.
What
'Cause
made it bad?
I think like him.
Okay.
And he was like a short king. Like he lied about his height, and I was like, king, like I can't do a short king. Like, I'm so sorry.
I don't understand the psychology behind that.
And I beat him at every game. I know. I'm just
Yeah.
like, king, like,
Let's start this relationship off with a lie.
yeah, like.
Yeah.
So
It was
you're
at
a liar.
MD too.
Oh,
Like literally.
really?
Yeah, I remember like while I was there, I was like, oh my god, like I want to like come here with someone I actually like.
Not
Were you
Asia.
taller than him?
Like no, we were like the same height. Maybe he was like a little taller than me, but like you know, get out of my face.
What did he lie and say he was?
I think he said this was a while ago. I don't
6 foot.
remember. He probably said he was like 6 foot something, and he was like 5'8", 5'9".
Hey, this is a PSA
That's
to
rough.
most men. We know
know.
how tall you are.
Like I
If
just
I
I
look
pinky
you in
promise
my
I
eye-
know how tall you are.
yeah. Did you guys do like laser tag?
No, they didn't have a laser tag then.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
That's fun. Laser tag's fun.
But I think I talked on the pod last week about how I was going to his party.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
Oh,
how
yeah,
was
how was
that?
that?
Yo, that was a fun night. Like that was weird as
Really?
fuck. We
Okay.
went to his like party thing and like we were there and like I met his friends and everything and I was just anxious to like meet his friends.
But like it's kind of soon to like not go on a date and then be like
Yeah.
meet my friends.
Yeah.
But it was calm. Like I met his friends. His friends are all really cool people and now they're like like I don't know, we're kind of building a friendship with
Yeah.
his other friends.
Cool.
I went to his friend's show on Thursday,
Cool.
which was like, I don't know, it's like weird to be like, hey, I'm adopting your friends. I don't know what we're doing, but like I am gonna take your
But
friends.
I
you're
bet
more
that
friends.
you could navigate it like that though.
Yeah, it's also like
You
just
know?
do whatever feels authentic.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because you never know, like, you could do whatever you want with this guy, but ultimately, like, make friends with his friends that, like, it just honestly is, like, a better friendship for you at the end of the day.
Plus, I don't know about you, but I hate feeling confined to these, like, I'm the girl in the relationship, so I have to behave this way, and our relationship is structured in this particular way, and like there are these steps to it. So it's actually kind of, I feel like I can be more authentic when it is something like that feels more like authentic and natural.
It was good times. After we went to his like main party, like a smaller group went to apartment 200, and that was when the times really were had, and it was weird. I've like never really danced with somebody in LA, like danced with them the whole night.
It's fun.
And like everybody I knew was at apartment 200. Yo, like so many people. I was like, oh, hooked up with that boy.
No!
That girl tried to hook up with me. Hey, homie Nick is here, and it was just like,
I'm
way
screaming.
too public. It was way
Yeah,
too public.
apartment
I'm
200,
screaming.
like
Yeah, man.
people are always there.
People are always
Yeah.
there. I didn't realize apartment 200 has gotten better. It's
Yeah.
it's
Really?
funner.
Yeah,
It's funner.
Well, I
I've
feel
never
like,
been.
it's fun.
girl, it's
We'll
so
go.
fun. I will say, I feel like I could see that happening because a lot of places have been closing down. Like Mama Shelter closed
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
Highlight-
really?
Let Mama Shelter go.
Yeah, that.
Well, yes,
yeah.
but like Mama Shelter closed down. Highlight Room is done.
Wait, what?
crazy.
That it
Highlight room is
How
closing.
did Mama Shelter close down if it's like a hotel? Is it just like
I
not a
think it's,
bar
like-
anymore?
I don't know. I just saw that like Mama Shelter's done. I saw that Highlight Room's done. Like I think like the bar aspect of it is like done. Like they're closing it down.
Not it anymore. Hollywood is like really not it anymore.
Yeah. Do you think it's just because it's so damn expensive to go out? People just aren't.
I think it's more so that like the nightlife of that area is like not like as
They're just different, better places to go.
I think a lot of these spaces were millennial places.
Yeah.
And they haven't adapted to what the younger generation wants when they go out. I think two, one, it is the fact that they're so expensive to go out. Not only is it expensive in the bars, but for most of the men, they're having to pay like $50
So many
to
charges.
$100 just to get in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the majority of men right now can't do that.
Yeah.
Millennials are the poorest group currently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gen Z has more money than millennials.
Oh.
And like paying $50 to $100 to get into the bar to not talk to any women,
To not talk to
to
Yeah.
not
Talk to
introduce
any-
yourself. Sorry.
just sit at a table and then be like,
Games like
"Woe is
school
me."
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The
what are
fact-
we?
The fact that these fuck ass Gen Z, Gen X, fucking what's the younger generation?
Gen X. I'm pretty sure. Right?
No, Gen X is like our parents' generation.
Oh, well then what is the Gen Z?
Alpha.
Alpha. Alpha, beta, I don't even know. The fucking younger generation are more bold to fucking talk to you at a club, and they're not even supposed to fucking be in that club because they're under the age of 21, but they have more fucking balls to fucking talk to my. I can't.
I also
I
think like
can't.
the age of like everything being digital is ruining bars. and
Yeah.
clubs,
Very
too.
true.
Like people aren't going out to clubs anymore because they're like, I don't know. I feel like they're
People don't know how
afraid
to
of-
socialize.
Yeah.
I think it's sick. I think it's sick that like the men that are my age or older are like, I'm too scared to talk to a woman, or like I'm too proud to talk to a woman, and then I have a fucking 19-year-old coming up to me like, hey, little
They have
mama.
no fear.
Yeah.
They're hungry for it.
They haven't been rejected enough times.
Yeah.
Their egos haven't been crushed
I'm
yet.
like, y'all are sick.
Guys,
like,
I'm
no
telling Bella I
babysitter.
want to enter my older man arc, but she says the oldest I can go is 30.
Okay.
She's over here wanting to talk to a 40-year-old
No,
man.
he's 37.
Okay, this is my
37.
Wait,
She's
who is he?
22.
Who is he?
Who is he?
Who is this 37-year-old?
Literally just this guy I like match with. Like we're not like actually talking.
Okay,
We're
See,
just, like,
that's
messaging.
what that's
I'm
where
just
I'm like,
he was like
don't.
exhibit. She goes, you were like, you're 24, so wait, that's fine. I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
actually
like-
She's 22.
To give context, I'm turning 24 in 2 months. You're 24.
I didn't realize
You're
you guys were
24,
like
you're
all
25.
2
She's
years
22.
older than me.
You know?
That's really like
She's just a baby.
You're like
just
really,
a child.
you're like really mature for your age.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're like so mature.
You're so mature.
Do you remember when we went to fucking Fat Sal's and we talked to those guys and they were like, how old are you guys? And then they were like, okay, you're definitely older, and then pointed to me and I was like, you're already wrong.
You're already wrong. People did that with Drizzy and I.
Really? They
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So maybe it's like not like a you thing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Can we
Like,
say-
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
I
That
didn't.
might be the
No, I didn't.
problem.
No. I didn't
Both
like.
you and Drizzy.
I didn't
don't,
like take offense to it, but I've gotten that a
Wait, how
lot.
old is
Like
Drizzy?
people
Yeah.
don't normally think that I'm 22.
Yeah, that's very true.
People
People
think
don't.
that I'm younger.
Yeah.
Drizzy's 20.
I think it's just
Yeah,
in the
I
way
thought
that
she
you
was
carry
older.
yourself.
I thought she
You
was.
can- you have
but
a-
also like I just sorry. Go on.
You have an aura about you that is very like responsible and like just like I got this, you know, and I think that's why people interpret it as older, just like yeah.
Ooh.
Okay,
But I think guys in your like age range
Ain't shit.
ain't shit,
Yeah.
and you've kind of matured past those situations and being in those
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah.
So I would say like broaden your horizons.
Yeah. No, but I hear
I
that.
also like just Hinge in general, like older men on Hinge are
The devil.
typically
I'm gonna be real. Also, I am banned on Hinge, so I can't go back. I tried to make another account, and then they clocked me when they were verifying my face.
No,
They
they
said-
didn't. Who said it was your IP address?
Oh yeah, dude said it was my IP address. But I did a new number and everything, and he was like, "That doesn't matter. It's the IP." I'm like, "Shit!" Like, yeah.
he's
So
locking down the security.
I know. I'm like, but they're doing it like I'm a fucking like
Offender.
crazy
Yeah,
person.
like-
I'm like,
like
I
you
just
just
got
know that.
money. Like,
right. I'm just a girl.
I'm literally just a girl.
This is my thing with dating older men. Okay, one, there's a reason why they're single and
Right.
dating younger.
Right.
That there's always that.
right.
Two.
Sometimes you can get over that, and that's okay.
My thing is like, it would literally be for the plot.
Exactly.
it's
Like, you
not
gotta know what it-
Yeah,
what it
I'm like
is.
that's
But
not.
but for the plot, still like infects your mental.
That's real.
state,
No, that's
you
real.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Two, I say this with all respect, and I'm not a gold digger for the most part. If they aren't paying for literally everything,
It's not
if
worth
they're
it.
an older man and their
They wanna
finances
split the
aren't
dingo. Yeah.
top tier,
Yeah.
no point to talk to them.
Yeah.
They will
No, that's
just burn
fair.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only talk to rich older men. You can
Yeah.
talk to broke young boys because they're still figuring it out.
Like
Yeah.
broke.
And I agree.
Like how broke? Like you can't be broker than me though.
For me, I'm like, you can be broke and talented.
Okay, true. If you have a dream, like shit.
Talented in what way?
You have goals
Like,
and ambitions. I guess.
talented
it's okay.
in what way?
Yeah, like I don't know. I just can't do like these 22-year-old men are really like fucking pissing me off, and it's like
22
really
to
I just
26.
can't.
You're so beyond
I really just
where they're at.
Yeah,
You
Don't
need someone
look
that's
for
going
it.
to intellectually stimulate you
right.
Where are they?
and stimulate you in other ways, but like I
Right.
just don't think a 22-year-old boy is going to be able to do that.
No.
I want a man.
Right, like
I want a man.
it's okay. We'll be listening to this episode and we'll be like, oh my god, we have our man.
I'm still looking. Where are they?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, fucking football boy slid up on my story
Again?
No.
Block him. I
I'm
hate
like,
him.
I'm like, can you like leave me alone?
That's call for a block. If that's how you feel, block.
I know I'm not a blocker, like,
I
but
feel
maybe I should be.
I love the block button.
Ah.
Block button is my
Me
friend.
too. I love
I like-
block
I
him.
typically am not.
Yeah,
I typically am not. But it'll be a moment for you where it'll hit you.
like
Or you can like soft block.
I mean, I like already have
love
like
a
he's
soft
already
block.
like
Yeah, I love a
restricted.
soft block.
He's already restricted on my account, so like
Oh.
I don't see his shit. I'm just kind of like you're a fan, like,
And
You're a
and I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
Like I just think it's funny.
oh,
Like, I'm
it
not
is-
like-
that's how I
yeah.
am.
Yeah, like I'm not like bothered because I think he's literally a bitch.
I can
like,
completely relate to this where it feels powerful to have someone who like took up so much space in your mind and your life at one point
Yeah.
become a fan.
Yeah, I'm like you're so insignificant. to me now.
It does feel very powerful.
Yeah, and that could be like my Leo-ness, and also he's a Leo man
But
too.
the end of my experience with that is that I did end up just blocking him again.
Yeah.
So
I like haven't blocked anyone that has done me wrong, which I probably should, but I don't know.
I think it's just up to you and what makes you feel
Yeah.
the most like
Yeah.
comfortable. There's no right or wrong.
Like blocking is just for you. Like I block when
Yeah,
it's
right.
like,
necessary.
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I
To
don't need
protect
I'm
your
like,
own
I'll just
peace.
remove you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna play on my phone. You're
yeah.
not gonna, like,
right. On this phone I play. I pay for it.
Yeah.
Don't let
No.
it take up your space.
No.
But yeah.
Listen.
Fuck men.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
And I just want to say we have failed the Bechdel test once again.
I'm screaming.
Yeah.
We failed the Bechdel test.
Yeah.
I
once
honestly
again.
don't think we'll ever pass the Bechdel test on this episode. On this
I think we
podcast.
That's
will.
okay.
Because that's one of our main pillars.
Yeah.
Is like Sex in the
relationship,
City
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Our lives.
And that entire show
Mm.
tanked the Bechdel test, and you never
I'm
passed it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
What's the version where it's like people of color as well? If there is a test that includes a Bechdel test, or if there is a
I know what you're saying, and
Right.
I'll look it up.
Right.
I'll look it up. I'll
Yeah.
look it up. I'm pulling up
I'm
tomorrow.
saying there's not enough people of color on Sex in the City.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
So true.
that was
Yeah.
like #1 search.
I think it was like season 3 that there was a black person for the first time.
It was season.
Yeah.
It was.
But wasn't it like when they were being like transphobic?
Oh, when she
Oh,
was.
wait,
yeah, it was when Samantha's being transphobic.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Was that the first one?
that
I
was the first time
think-
I
I
think
need to watch
people.
Sex in the City.
It's
Like-
called the racial Bechdel test, by the way. Sorry.
So is it like is it like a hyphen? Like it's like Rachel dash Bechdel? Like it's like two people.
Racial.
Oh,
It's called
racial.
the
Rachel.
I thought it was Rachel.
Give me to me, Rachel. Give me to me.
Some girl named Rachel.
My girl Rachel.
Some girl named Bechdel.
Just
their
again,
test.
I'm that
Sitting in
Mrs.
the
Bechtel.
No, yeah, it's called the racial Bechdel test.
Oh.
Real creative.
That's
guys.
gonna wait.
Right.
That's guys. Wait. That's my drag queen name.
Wait, that's iconic. That's iconic.
Welcome
I
to
need
the
to
stage.
think. I need to think of a
Rachel
drag name because I feel like
Bechdel.
there's like a good
But
one,
would
like
you go on as a man?
Savucci, something
Wait,
like.
I had a good
Well, if you're gonna go on as
Ooh,
drag,
you
would
did
go
have
on
a
as
good
man?
one. You told it to me.
was it?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Oh
okay.
no, you'll find it.
It's okay.
You'll find it
I
like.
love short king.
Uh,
I love a short man, y'all. I love a short man.
I love that.
And you
love
were-
a
and
short
you know
man.
how much I love that because you know how many
Right.
small girls in this world. You know how many small girls I know. I love him. I love a 5'10", 6 foot. You want to climb him like a ladder?
But I do want to do that.
About?
I do.
What are you talking?
And I
okay,
do.
you're. What are you? 5'4"?
5'3".
Ooh, you're close to missing me up. But I'm talking more like Cammy's height, okay?
yeah, like when they're like 5 feet or
Like,
below.
why do you need
climb
a
them
step
like a
stool to give
jungle
your man a
gym.
kiss? That's what the 5'7" and below men are for.
Yeah.
Because then they feel tall around you.
See, I don't do no 5'7". 5'6" to 5'11" is like average, and I don't want no average hoe. I like the extremities. I need you to be 5'4" or 6'4", like no in between.
And
No in between, and it tracks. And
And it tracks.
Yeah, that's
foot
so
taller
funny.
than
Every
me.
person I've dated has been 5'4" or 6'4".
I love
Here's
a man
the
to be
thing,
a
though.
foot taller than me and me to just to look up at them.
Here's the thing, though. At a
Hi.
certain point of height, they start to walk funny. And that's-
Yeah, no, it is no, but the height is 6'7". The height is 6'7". The height is 6'7",
No,
guys.
even at 6'4".
No.
No, they're walking
No,
weird at 6'4".
no, okay.
They're walking weird at 6'4".
Okay, is he not as athletic?
Nah, but even I think it's specifically when they're athletic.
yeah,
They
because
walk
you have
weirder.
okay. No, as somebody with 2 6'4" brothers who were athletic, they do be
They have the sassy
lo-
little ass walk.
love y'all so much. Don't please don't watch the show ever. They be walking weird because as when you're that tall. You know how much weight is on your joints?
No,
Your joints
it's
are not meant
physics.
to. Yeah, and when you play sports. Okay, John Mayer.
Ooh, fuck him.
Real. When you play sports, you like fuck up those joints,
Yeah.
especially when you're bigger because your body's like, yo, I'm not. Why am I
Yeah.
jostling all this weight around in ways that I can't
I
do
guess
that?
I guess it depends on the guy. I guess I don't know. Like I feel like if like what kind of athletic? Like are we saying like basketball
Basketball,
player? Because I
football.
hear that. But I feel like with
baseball,
football
watch
players,
them.
if they're athletic enough, they don't walk weird to me.
So do we think Jacob Elordi walks funny?
No, I don't think
No,
that's funny.
I think skinny white boys. Sorry, I think skinny tall guys don't walk weird because that's just all stick and bone. You know,
How tall is Jacob Elordi?
It's like a bird.
6'6".
Not all stick and bone. Oh my god, that's like how my little brother is. Like he's literally like so skinny, but like so tall.
He's
like I'll see him and I'm
6'5".
like, why is your waist snatched? Like I'm like, drop the routine. Like
Of course, Jacob Elordi's a Cancer.
I think that makes sense.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, that's crazy. Do we want to get into our media topics for?
Sure thing.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, I kind of talked a bit from last time, but I wanted to like recap, expand on what, because I watched the English version of Culpa Mia. Of My Fault, the book series that was like turned into a movie, and then they like did an English version, and I now have like a complete like thought of both movies.
Babe spill.
So when you're watching a movie like this, do you feel like you're watching it from the lens of being an actor and having like what you would do differently? Or
It's not even what I would do differently, because like, I mean, sometimes I do, but like, honest to God, like a lot of times, like when I'm watching something, like I am over analyzing someone's like acting, and like I try not to do that, because I'm like don't, like, they have their own acting styles, like don't over criticize that person. And so
is it hard, do you think, to suspend your disbelief watching?
Oh yeah,
because you recognize that person as a person playing a role versus a character.
Yes.
And getting lost in that world.
Yes, but there are moments where like the acting of like on screen like is so well done, and like the setup is so well done, that like this is like the disbelief and like the like being put into that world is like so like enriching, that like I'm like,
right, that's when you know it's a masterpiece.
Yeah. And like and I will say, despite what I think about Poor Things, that was a film where like I felt like I was like in that world. And like despite what I think about the film in general, I do believe the acting was so well done in that film that like I was like enriched in that world. Like I was like, I wasn't really even thinking about, I was more so thinking of the context of the film, and like that's what took me out of it, because I was like being more like analytical about that. But like them as actors and like them performing, I was like, that's not Emma Stone being this character, that is the character. And to me, when an actor can do that on screen, and I'm not thinking like that's that actor portraying that character, is like phenomenal work. And like Emma Stone's so good at doing that. Like for me, one of the characters that really solidified that for me, which it's such a weird character for me to like think this, but like when she was Cruella in like Disney's like Cruella, like when they did live action version of that, I was like, holy shit, like she's
drama around that. Was there like tea? I don't think I saw it.
So.
Cruella.
Yeah. I never
No,
saw
I
it.
just think it's like I think that movie was just like at the point in time when Disney, it was obvious Disney was like recycling plot lines that people were just like, I don't want to see this. It came out during COVID, so they just kind of like bagged
It kind of like
extra
went
money.
under the radar, but her performance in that was like so transformative that I like when I watched it, I was like, holy shit. Like, and I also hadn't seen anything in
what
like,
about the performance? Because I'm not an actor, so explain it to me. Like
it was just, I think with Emma Stone, like watching what she had previously done in the past prior to this, it was all work that like catered to who she was as an individual. Like she had done like Easy A, she had done La La Land, and they were all work that like were very much like kind of to who she was as an individual. She didn't have to do much work that like strayed away from like who she was in her day-to-day life.
Sure.
Like she kind of did like some things that were like, like.
So for you, it's impressive when an actor can completely transform into the role.
And I just think as an actor, it's like you can get away with like being versions of yourself pretty easily. Like it's almost like
like your own version of yourself by like adding like, you know, like, because in every character you're gonna be yourself. It's gonna be you at the end of the day. You're always gonna be you in a different version of yourself at the end of the day as an actor. But like it always drives me crazy when like some actors are like, oh, like, but that's not me. Like but that's not me. It's like, but
like, do you think that their experience like acting could be different than yours, or do you think that it's
I am as an actor.
like,
yeah,
like,
like do you think you
yes,
can
but
get lost in a character? Because I guess as a musician, that's what happens. And I'm not acting, but just like with songs, like I can get lost in the song, and it's like that's not me standing up there anymore. It's like I'm living in the.
I think you can
Yeah.
get lost within a character and like kind of blur the lines as to like where you are and where the character lies, and I think that sometimes can get very like messy, and where you have to like kind of like journal as to like or like come back to yourself and be like, okay, like these are not my thoughts, these are the character's thoughts. But I'm more so say in like the sense of like within a character, like you're always going to bring an essence of yourself to a character, because when at the end of the day, when you're looking up on that screen, that's still you. Like it just might not be completely you. It just might be like a sliver of you in like that is Cruella de Vil on screen. But like there's still an essence of Emma Stone on screen, but we're seeing Cruella, you know, like that is Cruella, and like that is Cruella de Vil, but we're still seeing an essence, even if it's just like Emma Stone's laugh, or like Emma Stone's like breath, or her like blinking, or her like the way she eats, or like the way that she like puts her hair back. Like it could be something so like day to day that she doesn't think of, but it's just like it's always going to be something like subconscious that she doesn't realize, that's like an essence of her that she brings to the character.
I think that's like the beauty of acting, is like that we get to bring ourselves to these characters, right? But I think for me as an actor, like the thing that saves me the most is being like, this isn't me. Like that separation, like every time and it also helps me do a better performance of removing myself from it, and removing like my internal needs from this character, and like my want to be good at performing, or my want to be good at acting, and being like, this isn't me, this isn't about me, this is about this character, and
Like the story you're telling.
and making their life and making their story told is what helps me the most.
And I would completely I'm not a performer, but I am an artist, and I would agree with that sentiment, that it makes it so much easier to fulfill the project that you're undertaking when you remove yourself from it,
Right?
where you're just doing the work you're allowing the work to flow through you for the higher good of whatever it is that you might be working on.
Have you read The Power of Now? Yeah, right.
Yes.
It's like almost like removing your ego from it, because like once you remove your ego, then there's no stakes.
Exactly.
Like at that point, like, and I think also like the commentary that you're making too is like the individuality that that is inherently in art, and that's for any art form. Like no matter if I draw a picture of the sun, all of us are gonna draw it different, and that's what's beautiful about art, is that you're gonna bring an essence of yourself to it, but the art speaks for itself at the end of the day.
Right.
So I think
I completely agree.
yeah. And then I guess like to tie back to Culpa Mia, I think like movie and book adaptations are so interesting, because I've never seen a movie that has given me the same that has
encapsulated
because it's just two different experiences. And then also so like recognizing that, and then like obviously like I haven't seen the English version, but I'm wondering if like they were catering to like the UK audience, and if that's why they like changed it. So it's like, do you prefer the book, do you prefer the Spain or the original movie? Like which one do you
honestly
base the story off of?
It's so strange, because like I'm not a reader, because I'm dyslexic, but
you be reading.
I have been reading more, and I really do enjoy the author's like reading the author's version, but I also really do enjoy, and I think maybe it's just because I saw it first, but and so like when I read the book, when I watched the movie and then I went back and read the book, I had like characters in my brain that like I was able to associate with the book, and so I was able to like take their faces and then like kind of like put them to what I was reading, and then like almost like put an image in my head, and then like it made it even more like enticing, and like in the book felt more like rich.
Like when you read the book after the movie.
Yeah, like and so like I felt like I was like, oh, I wish they would have added this to the movie or this or this or this.
They always leave.
Which is why I think like even too like when with like more recently like why book adaptations they've been making it into like series, because like certain authors have been like, well, I don't want to make it into a book. I'd rather like have more time to make it into a series to like give more breath to the work.
I think there's like no way in which you could make a movie adaptation of a book make it feel the same.
No.
Like I think that's physically impossible.
I think one of my favorites though, this is like basic, but I think Hunger Games was really good.
Also, The Perks of Being a Wallflower is a really good one.
Oh, that's another
Really
but that's
good.
mostly because the author wrote the screenplay and he directed it.
And
One I think
how
is
it
bad is
should be.
Divergent though.
Oh, that's because Veronica
I love my
Roth,
Theo though.
I love like Divergent. Great, Veronica Roth. Please don't sue
Oh.
me. She didn't really have like I think canonically like she didn't have like a whole bunch of
good-
direction.
She made the
she didn't
worst
have like a whole bunch like
decision.
direction for it. And then the third
The
and
third
then the,
damn book. Throw it
the
out.
third book.
Throw it the fuck
Why
away.
would you
They didn't
kill
even
the
finish the
main
movie.
character?
It's because
Because it was that bad.
But it's also because
Theo's face card couldn't even save it.
Also,
It's just
Shailene Woodley is not a good enough actor.
No, it's also like my thing is like, how do you, y'all? If you're an author, I mean, it's gotten a lot better now, but like back then, like these studios were having authors sign away like their entire creative rights to these
Yeah,
fucking
they're fucking crazy.
Oh, really? I feel like, yeah, maybe not. But I mean, just because I think about like Percy Jackson, like,
My
I don't know if
God.
you ever seen like the Logan Lerman movies, but first of all, great. The first
love
one,
those movies.
the first
I
one,
love those
if you
movies.
watch it, if you watch the first movie with no context as to what it's supposed to be or
Right.
what it's referencing, like you go and you know nothing about it, it's a fun time.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's a fun time. Now, think about it as an adaptation. You start saying, wow, this movie's ass. But like Rick Riordan, when he talks about it, he talks about how when he signed like the contracts, he was like, I just like signed it because it's like a movie thing, and like in the contract they pretty much were like, you have no creative control over
That's
what we do
crazy.
with this movie.
Yeah.
Like we're just using it, your stuff. And that's why like he doesn't talk about it. He's like, I don't like when the show came out, he was like, I'm not going to reference or talk about those movies in any way, shape, or form.
Have you watched the show? Is the show good?
The show's really good. The
Yeah.
show's good. It's a little slow. And the show, I think another thing about adaptations too, is a lot of like really popular books were written like at a like different time. Another example, like The Summer I Turned Pretty, for example.
I was literally just thinking about
Like
that.
The Summer I Turned Pretty is an entire book about turning pretty and then kind of treating everybody like shit because you're pretty. And like is
getting
and
away with
also
shit.
like having like love story whatever. But part of
screaming.
like Belly's staying in the books
I
is she's like,
fucking hate that nickname.
yeah, I know. Part of Belly's staying in the book is like, well, like and she says it in the first season of the show, like, you're not supposed to know you're pretty, but like I know I'm pretty, and like just because I'm pretty doesn't mean like blah 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 blah. And that's like such a 2000 and I think 8 was when the book was written. That's such a 2008 thought. But like when you watch the show, or at least when I watch it, like after reading the book, I can see where Jenny Han is kind of like trying to add more things so that
More
the
nuance.
entire
She did Exo Kitty too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But there is no book. She's just making it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But like you can kind of see where like she's trying to change some of it, and that's like kind of the same thing with, like Percy Jackson, where like something like that book was written also in 2006, 2007. So there's certain things that like Rick Riordan wrote or like was more normalized at the time that like is not normalized now or is a little different now. So like that's also where I think adaptations are kind of losing it.
But I think also like it's inevitable that things aren't gonna be the same
Oh,
because it's a
100%,
different
yeah.
experience.
I completely
So like
agree.
viewing it through that, like this is like a separate entity
Yeah.
from the book,
It's
because if you think it's gonna be the same, then you'll be disappointed every
100%.
time.
It's almost
Only-
not a fair comparison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
agree.
Only book adaptation that has been literally verbatim, word for word, the exact same is Outlander. Outlander, it's a series that quite literally, it is
I
verbatim.
love Outlander.
I like
Wait, I forgot about
Yes.
Outlander.
Outlander is verbatim. I read the first book because someone was like, it's verbatim the same thing. And I started reading it and I go, oh my God,
Oh my gosh,
it's
wait.
the same thing.
Has anybody watched Outlander?
I don't know.
Guys,
All of you
watch
would love
Outlander.
Outlander.
Oh, shoot.
My
Okay.
fanfic queenies, y'all would love Outlander.
You
Okay,
specifically.
Okay,
Both of you
hey,
bitches.
first of all,
Both
take-
of
Wait,
these
did you watch after?
These bitches.
Did I watch after? Okay, I
I
think I
had
told
to
you this
finish it
before.
for the cringe.
I
you
was
watched
reading.
Outlander?
I was
Love
reading
Outlander.
after. I think I've told you this. I was reading after when she was updating the chapters on.
Oh, yeah.
on Wattpad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I literally remember when she started writing the third book.
Oh my gosh.
And like
That
was
shit-
uploading the
Have you ever
chapters.
been touched?
Jamie
before?
Okay,
Fraser.
guys, Outlander is about a woman who time travels and marries a fine ass Scottish man.
Scottish man.
I need
James
you guys to
Fraser.
watch
Okay,
this.
I'm
Okay.
Look, I
What's-
have a
what
lot
is
of
it
shows
on?
on my roster.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's one that I can actually
James
watch.
Fraser.
Slaying.
I know I'm adding it to my roster. I'm just watching a lot of different
show you
things.
I feel so illiterate. I haven't seen
Wait,
most,
wait,
or I haven't read most of
Oh.
these books.
Me
I'm
too,
usually in
me
my
too.
like nonfiction bag.
wait.
Yeah, I
most
feel
of
like
the
you're
I'm
time.
not.
connected to
Not.
Wattpad.
This is gonna sound. I feel like you don't gravitate towards fiction.
No, and I would like to. That's how I started reading, like as a kid.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you just have to find whatever like works for you.
I want you guys to keep on this train of thought. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So real.
But another, I mean, to kind of close us off, I feel like on book series, because I feel like that's, but overall, I will say, like, I did like the London version. I just think, like, it's just a shame that, like, they were even trying to, like, adapt it, because it's just, like,
Yeah.
it's just not even, like, comparable, I guess. But I will say, it does make me happy and hopeful for the two main leads, because I think if anything, while I don't really love the movie itself and the writing of it, I will say I do think it's going to be a launching point for those two main actors, and I think that they deserve it, and I think they're going to have a prosperous career because of it. And the main lead guy, sexy as fuck, and the main lead girl, I think is so great at her subtlety with acting that I'm like, I think that this is a great starting point for the both of them, and it makes me excited. And I will say, in terms of like comparing both acting choices, I do think that the London version, like the two main actors they are stronger actors given a shittier script, and the Spanish version, they're like good actors but given a better script.
Bella, can I recommend a movie to you?
Yes.
There's this Spanish movie series on Netflix called Through My Window, and it is just the way that you're describing Copa Mia to me. I know you love it, but it sounds a little trashy, but like in a fanfic way.
Girl, if you love After,
I don't love After. I loved After. Okay. Actually, let me get on my soapbox real quick. I was reading After when she was updating it. Yes. Yes.
You said what?
I was reading After while she was writing it
Yeah.
and updating it. Yes. Yes. I was reading After when I was 12, and it deeply damaged
It's
the
not
way-
like a real movie.
Yeah,
Like that shit's like
and those
funny.
books weren't real either. But it also, I also like.
I couldn't
think
even
it,
get through the first movie.
I
of
also
After.
think it like deeply damaged the way I viewed relationships. So
Ooh.
by the third book, I
Girl,
had
don't
like
keep watching.
no, like, but when she was writing the third book, I remember reading it, and then like at that time I was maybe like 14 or 15, and I like had gained enough self-consciousness to be like, this relationship is like so toxic and so bad that I stopped reading it. And then I just read the last chapter and got pissed off about how she ended it because I didn't think that they belonged together. And I don't know how the movie ends, but in the book ends, the original fan fiction book anyways, ends with them reuniting at like a friend's wedding, or like
Yeah, that's how it is in the movie.
who is it?
too.
It's like Liam's wedding.
Yeah, it's her the
Like,
brother.
whoever it's
and
Landon.
the thing that gets me is they change the actors like every fucking movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is this guy?
No,
And
literally.
they're like, oh,
Yeah, and
John. I'm like, oh.
and they like
What?
reunite at the wedding, and then they hook up in the bathroom,
Yep.
and then they're like back together.
Yeah.
And I remember being
That's
14
always how
yeah,
it is with
I was
them.
being like,
They're like-
I remember being 14, and I was like, this doesn't change anything. Your relationship's still fucked up.
I'm
He still
kidding.
has problems. You still
literally
don't
how
trust
their
him.
relationship started,
It's
like from
literally
a
how it-
dare.
yeah.
Like,
And it's like,
That would have been I would have been like, gotta go.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'll say, even though I read after and like know it well, I'm not a fan. And I genuinely, when it started getting adapted, I was like abhorrently against it. I was like, no, like this needs to stay on Wattpad. And you know what? Good for her, Anna Todd. You got hella money.
Yeah,
more money than me. So who am I to speak?
Get into it.
Anyways, sorry, I had to get
off
my
into
soapbox.
I watched the whole series. No shame. I just think it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's like funny. Like it's like not real. Like I feel like it's like satire.
I think
it's like it like makes me like. I feel the same way when I'm like listening to like old One Direction. Like I'm like, oh my god, like the old me would think this is like so fucking like.
When you're listening to they have this one song that's like so like bad, not like bad,
Wait,
bad,
one?
but like it's from like their first album. One moment.
Oh,
I'm so not a fanfic girly
Me
that like
either.
I clock out.
Truly.
that's
I'm,
real.
like, not like in a bad way.
No, that's
I'm
real.
like,
yeah.
There's so much lore here, and I'm like, damn.
Well, these
I
were
missed
like based
something.
off of like Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I know like the
Yeah.
the premise,
Yeah.
like the.
It's
some
just
of
like
the
at the
backstory.
time, like I guess at that time, it was just, especially because Harry was so like his publicity image was like boy you wouldn't want to bring home to your parents, but not like in a Zayn bad boy way, but more like a fuck boy frat boy way, like wouldn't want to bring home to the parents, dating older women constantly, like he was like, this is like, I am hot and I know, yeah, very much like that. And so the like all of his fan fictions at the time were like bad boy Harry, like like fuck boy
Larry.
Harry, like girl, we're not gonna get to Larry.
Sorry, I should
Hey,
not
that's
have
a
said that.
forbidden word
I
on the
know,
podcast.
wait. Oops. Oh my
Larry
god.
is crazy.
That's a
Oops.
forbidden word on the podcast.
Oh, no. That's
But like things like
That's a
that.
safe word.
do you know what that means?
Is
Yes.
it? It's
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do I know what safe word means?
No,
No,
do you know
oh,
what Larry
no,
is?
Larry.
Like, I know what a safe word.
Oh.
She said, "I know what a safe word, girl." I know you got that new man.
All right.
Oh,
Shit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Off the pot. Respect.
Alright, anybody else have a topic they wanna?
My topic is gonna be for next week when these two hoes catch up.
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh,
gonna be
I
caught
know.
up.
I'll
Wait,
be
can we
caught
talk
up.
about the Oscars?
Yeah, we can talk about the Oscars.
I watched Anora. Did anyone else watch Anora?
I've seen Anora.
I've seen
okay,
Anora.
maybe we shouldn't really talk about the Oscars then. But like, I loved Anora, and I was happy it won. Are you?
She did not.
You didn't like Anora? Bella, I feel like, okay, is it because it's another movie about sex work?
No, it's not that. I just felt like I was just like underwhelmed. Like I thought it was so funny. I liked the movie. I did not like the movie. I thought it was a great movie. And like I enjoyed it. I was just underwhelmed for that being the movie of the year.
Okay, I hear you.
Like I was just like, because I haven't seen the rest of it, I was just like,
The rest
Wait,
of like
you
the
haven't
lineup.
finished Anora?
no.
She means, like,
I'm
the
saying
rest of
the
the
rest of the
movies.
lineup.
Oh.
I haven't seen the other movies on the on that were like nominated. And like for that to be like what was the movie of the year, I was like I liked it. I thought it was a good movie, but I wasn't like, it wasn't like profound enough for me to be like, that was the movie of the, because what was last year's movie of the year?
But also, if you
I don't
didn't like it,
remember.
this is a safe space too.
No. It wasn't
we
that
don't-
it
okay,
wasn't that
good.
I didn't like it. I didn't walk away from the movie being like that was like, I did, the way that I felt about that movie was not how I felt about Poor Things. I can
That
say
makes
with my
sense.
chest I didn't like Poor Things. But like on Anora, like I laughed. I thought it was funny. I thought that there were great moments in Anora. Like I thought the way that it was filmed was great. Like there were moments where like I liked the movie. But like but there were also moments where I was like the moment where they were like in
No spoilies. Remember.
Oh no.
like,
It was just like there was just a moment like in the script that there's just like a dialogue moment between her and the bald man
at the end.
towards like where they're like in the living room
Oh.
and they're just like talking amongst themselves, and I was just like, what is like this one for best screenplay?
I loved it. Out of all of the things, Oppenheimer won last year.
Oh, that's big. Chris Nolan put his entire
Nolissy.
And here's my thing.
No, let's make it
for-
Nolina.
And I think
Alright,
for
you got
best,
the ussy.
I think for best direction, I think for best direction, it makes sense that he got best direction. I think it was well directed.
Mm-hmm.
I think for what the movie is, like made about, I think choosing comedy to like take that direction and like making those comedic moments, genius. I think it's so genius.
I loved the movie. I think out of all the lineup, like it was my favorite movie of the year.
Can I see?
Yeah. The lineup was Wicked, The Substance, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, Emilia Perez, Dune Part 2, Conclave, A Complete Unknown, The Brutalist, and Anora.
See,
And Anora was my favorite out of all of these.
I want to see The Brutalist, Nickel Boys.
I want to see Nickel Boys.
I haven't seen Nickel Boys.
I've heard
and,
Nickel Boys is really good.
I'm Still Here. Because I'm Still Here has like a 90-something on.
I feel like
Is that the documentary?
I'm not sure.
I think
so.
no, because that wouldn't be up for Best Picture. I don't think.
Okay.
But
I know there's one about Palestine. There's a
yeah, and they
documentary on
won.
And they won.
They won.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I said this in my text to you, but I just think like out of all like, and my not knowing the Academy, I don't know the Academy. Okay, the Academy don't come for me. Don't use this against me later on in my life. But from what I've heard, like what I assume, or just based off patterns of behavior, like out of the entire list. Sorry, can I look at it again?
Did you see Anora?
I did see Nora. I saw it in theaters. I don't think I have a theory that probably some of the Academy members didn't watch The Brutalist because though it looks gorgeous, it is like a 3-hour and 10-minute movie about an architect. And there are Academy members that went on record and said that they didn't watch Dune 2 because it was too long and too boring. And Dune 2, I personally think Dune 2 should have gotten more consideration because it's like the world that Denis Villeneuve builds in Dune is it's insane. It is insane to build that world, and like you're watching it and you think like
Immerse
sci-fi.
yourself.
It's so easy to like be taken out of
AI.
sci-fi. No, like sci-fi is like a genre. Like it's pretty easy to be like that's kind of silly or like that wouldn't exist. And like yes, but like Dune, I don't know. To me, Dune is just one of those movies that like when you watch it, and when I watch it, I'm like everything in here feels so real and so like I'm so invested in everything that's happening, and everybody in Dune 2 put their entire backs into their acting. So I think it should have more consideration, but I don't think they're gonna give it to a sci-fi movie like that. I haven't seen The Substance, and I think that's probably the one that people really wanted to win. Did you?
I didn't like The Substance.
It lost me in the first like 20 minutes. I just couldn't. I wasn't into it. I was like, I know I've seen what I needed to see. I know the statements they're trying to make, and
Right.
I'm good off of this.
I'm
you know.
good. Maybe it's because we don't align with that yet.
Yeah.
We're still young and pretty.
Yeah, we're still young.
I'm
we don't have to sell our
screaming.
souls.
Oh.
Can we talk about Megan the Stallion, the whole Megan the
Oh,
Stallion?
the interview?
I haven't seen the
happened?
interview.
I
Oh.
saw
So
that.
basically,
that was crazy.
what happened is these two influencers were on the red
So
carpet at the
disrespectful.
Oscars, and they were interviewing Megan, and Megan came over, and they were like, "We love your music. Like when we hear your music, it makes me want to fight." And Megan's like, "I'm real pretty. I'm real cute. I'm."
She
doing
was
my
like,
hair,
throw that
I'm
flying shit out
doing
the
my-
door, like-
Yeah.
Well, she said like your music makes me want to fight, and she was like, oh, like, you know, like my music, like, you know, it makes me real cute, like it's like what you like, or she was like, you want to fight, like that's cute, like that makes you real cute, like
Yeah.
like saying like my music makes
Yeah, like she gets like getting ready music. Like
Yeah.
Megan
Find
Thee
the
makes bad
TikTok.
bitch music.
Exactly. And so then it's become this whole discourse online.
I've seen the discourse. I just didn't watch the interview, mostly because I get really bad technique embarrassment, so I just couldn't subject myself to watching it. But no, yeah, I
It's
like.
just like you definitely
Yeah.
like it was just like your classic microaggression.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
You've
Yeah.
experienced it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not really. I mean, it like is something to write home about, but to me, I'm just like.
I think the bigger conversation is that influencers being on the red carpet.
Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
are
yeah,
taking
yeah.
like
Yeah.
genuine like experienced journalist jobs.
Yeah.
But then I go to the whole thing that happened with
it's
who's
also
the
like
artist?
white women trying to relate to black women.
Who wait,
I
But, like,
also feel
Accidentally, like, be-
racist. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, girl, you gave yourself away.
I feel bad for Megan specifically because this is always happening to her.
Yeah. I
Specifically, like it is just like I don't know what what makes people like go for her so much. And
Yeah.
it's just like she's already been through so much and
Yeah.
she's so talented and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Leave her alone.
Right.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I think the whole conversation between journalists and reporters, I think about the time on that Babyface was disrespected by the journalist. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
He like these two journalists were interviewing Babyface at the Grammys, and while
So
he's
awful.
talking, he's talking to them, and they go, Chapel over here, while he's talking to them.
Literally in the middle of his conversation, and he goes, "Oh,
Y'all
okay.
want that? Y'all can
go
have
ahead."
that. That's what he said.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. I just think there's like some sort of like discussion to be had about like what is the red carpet? What are these award shows?
Yeah.
And like how we prioritize the people that we're talking to and the celebrities in our lives.
Let me just say, from like, I've worked like a couple red carpets and the vibes are dank as fuck.
Really?
Let me just say that the vibes are dank as fuck. Like, it's so
Award shows are
I just feel like it'd be
Weird.
overwhelming. Like, I think if I was in a celebrity, like how Chapel kind of talked about it the first time she walked red carpet, like I think I would just be like overwhelmed. I'd be like, why
Yeah,
do
it
you
is very
all want to talk to
overwhelming.
me right
So
now?
what makes it so dank?
just like everyone, because it's just like almost like all the stereotypes of LA, like all
Yeah.
in one room. It's like they're for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just very much like paparazzi, reporter. Like, people aren't respectful, especially if you're not like one of the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're just like working it, like, you
Yeah.
can be disrespected a lot. Like, I had, what was her name? Because I will call her out. She was in Black Panther, like the only white woman in Black Panther. I think her name was Lake
I'll look it up.
something. And like, she came up to me and she was like, "Oh, like, where can I get a drink?" And I was, that like wasn't my job, like that wasn't my responsibility. And I was like, "I'm not exactly sure, but I can go talk to someone." Actually, do you know how much I paid to do this? I'm not a nobody, so like, I don't know what. And I was like,
Yo,
and then I go, "I'm Savannah. What's your name?"
right,
Like,
Yeah.
right, clock it.
no, her name was Lake Bell, maybe.
And I feel like that's
This bitch?
Yeah, is that her name?
Let me see.
Lake
Yeah.
Bell. Ew.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Show the class.
Yeah.
Oh,
She looks like she would do
I've
that.
seen her before.
Yeah, she was so rude. So it's just like,
I also think it's a bigger discussion with working as being non-talent working in the film
Yeah.
and television industry. You are expected to have people spit in your face.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, treat you like a absolute like
and not
gum
everyone
under
is.
their
There's
shoe.
been like super nice.
Yeah, for sure.
people as
But
well.
there's also this expectation as like, you should be so lucky to even be here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Yeah.
just so icky. It turned me off so much from like doing
Yeah.
film industry shit that
She
like
had no right to be talking to
just-
you when she pulled up wearing this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she
Looking
said,
like-
"I'm not a nobody." I
looking
said,
like
"What's
a
your
goth,
name?"
a goth ostrich.
It's
The
giving.
fuck?
It's giving.
It was so crazy. That was like the first time I
It's
was like
giving a high
actually
school
like
production of
disrespected to
Tarzan.
my face though
Yeah.
at one of those events. Like, it was so like, girl.
I feel like on both sides of the industry, like it's that thing of like you're so lucky to be here, and like
yeah.
that's like just for all like the aspiring creatives out there, like don't listen to that shit because everyone is telling like on both. I feel like on both sides we're all being told that we're lucky to be here and that you should just roll over and take whatever you want. But no, we get to create the world in which we operate in. We allow what we want, and I think as we're all building our careers, it's really important for us to remember that we can say no, and that's not going to impact our career.
Yeah.
We are the ones that will create the space in which
Right.
we work in.
Yep.
You know?
And
Yeah.
I think a great thing is so long as at the end of the day you can say I conducted myself in a way that exuded like displayed my character and I did what I was going to say and I was polite and I was kind and treated people the way that I wanted to be treated. You're any opportunities that you might miss because you have a boundary, you don't want that.
It's like, don't
anyway.
let that change the essence of who you are.
Exactly.
Like, I remember I said to a girl at one of those parties, I was like, "Oh my God, you look so pretty." She looked me in the eye, said nothing. And I was like,
But it's like it's
but
just,
that I'm not going to like not compliment people anymore. That was just
Exactly.
like, you're
Right.
fucking miserable.
it's the people who are like the most miserable that like it's like There's unhappy people. There's a quote, and I can't think of what it is, but it's like unhappy people treat
Misery
hurt people. Maybe?
Misery loves
hurt
company.
People hurt people.
Okay.
Misery loves
What-
company too.
I think Olivia Rodrigo fucking said that. Hurt people in one of her songs.
I don't know, but it's true.
But to that point, there was a time where I was at an award show as a seat filler, but I was at an award show, and the very first person I interacted with, I was trying to get to a seat, and she rolled her eyes at me, and then she barely got out of her seat for me to get to the other seat, and for some reason she had her fucking phone in the cup holder in front of her, because what logic does that make? And as I'm scooting by to not bump into her or the person in front of her or anything else, I knock over her phone and it falls to the ground. And obviously I don't want to touch her fucking phone because that's her property. But like anybody else on the street, I would pick it up and give it to them because...
Was this like a celebrity or was it a seat filler?
Oh, it was a celebrity. It was a mean girl. Heavy on it was a mean girl, but you can take that with what you want. But and I like kind of just looked at her phone and looked at her and I was like, I'm so sorry, like I'm so sorry. And she like grips her fucking phone and like sits back down in her seat and continues to talk shit about me, but refers to me as a seat filler and goes, I can't fucking stand these seat fillers. They're so fucking stupid and idiotic and like I don't even know why they're fucking here and da-da-da-da. And her partner is like sitting in between us, and so like she's talking shit about me to another celebrity in front of me, and eventually her partner goes, are you done?
Period. Check your friends.
That's
if
amazing.
they're on some.
And like he was like, she's right there.
Yeah.
You've said like you've said your point. Like, are you done?
Are you done? What are we talking?
And she didn't even win her award.
Oh.
See.
And karma.
Karma, immediately karma.
And I'm like, it's just like, to me, it's like that doesn't make sense. And it's like, there's also this weird this weird thing of like women not wanting to compliment other women, especially when like you're like a nobody in the business, like, or you're not like you don't like, I'm so sorry, like you don't have like stance or like status yet, and it's like, who are you? What can you do to benefit me? And if you don't have that, they're like, I don't want to speak to you.
But those people are like miserable.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
what
you know
I
what I mean?
mean.
Because it's
just-
like there's
it's,
also
sick.
like, as much as we're talking about like how shitty people are, there's so many great
There
people
are
still.
great people,
Yes.
though.
Like there's so many. Yeah.
In every single industry and everywhere, it's gonna be like this.
Mhm. You know who's really nice? Like Barbie Ferreira is so nice, and I feel like that's so on brand for her. And like Dakota Johnson she's like, I could tell she hates fucking red carpet. Like she was just like so like anti. It was just like interesting to see like, because she does not. It was just different than like how she is in her interviews and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's a lot of nice people, but it's just like the shitty people. Like it stings a little more.
Yeah,
But
does.
It's always the people
like
you
we
don't
just-
expect.
Yeah.
But going back to the whole like Megan and like it's just it's just
I don't
crazy.
know.
Like
I think we're at a good like stopping place. Like
Yeah.
Everything, and every industry, there's gonna be the good and the bad. And the important thing is to focus on the good and
Yeah.
cultivate our good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, crazy world, crazy industry we live in.
All you can do is lead by example, I guess, or just kind of show
about that.
people how. Yeah.
Just like be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Be your true authentic self.
Agreed.
Be yourself.
Be who you are for your pride.
And
That
with
was
that,
sick.
I think that's a great place to end our
Exactly.
episode today.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Thank you guys for tuning
Bye,
in.
guys.
Bye.
See y'all later.
Bye.